On the table right now is regulation that tech companies don't want and a public thrashing that companies like Google in particular really don't want. And really, these are two hearings on two separate issues. The morning hearing with both Sandberg and Dorsey will focus on foreign interference in elections and what exactly these companies are doing to stop Russia and others from spreading disinformation on social media. In the afternoon, it's just Dorsey, and he's there to deal with Republicans who allege that social media sites are biased against conservatives. Now, lawmakers have proposed a number of things on this front. They've talked about, opening tech companies to more liability if they don't take down offending content on their platforms and so forth. But, this is the exact sort of thing Silicon Valley doesn't want. It doesn't want Washington telling it what it should do and what it shouldn't do when it comes to moderating their platforms. But as you mentioned, Google could face the toughest go of them all, even though it's not even there.
Well, and apparently Google is saying, look, we offered somebody, we talked to the Senate committee, they said this person would be acceptable to us, but it looks now like they want the head honcho there. Why wouldn't Google want to take that opportunity and put their top name in that chair to answer some tough questions?
Yeah, they offered Ken Walker, who's their senior vice president of global affairs, and committee leaders said no. And it was Democrats and Republicans together that felt that Walker wasn't enough. Now, Google's perspective is that Ken Walker has worked on this stuff most closely. He's the one who's real smart when it comes to figuring out what Russia is doing and what Google is doing to combat Russia. But committee leaders say it's got to be Larry Page, the leader of Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, or it's got to be Sundar Pichai who comes to testify, and that's basically it. Google has resisted this sort of thing for a long time. They typically don't want to bring Page up to Capitol Hill. Sundar is not a well-known name in the halls of Congress.
Do you think that there will be a subpoena?
You know what? No, actually. I spoke with Chairman Richard Burr of the Senate Intelligence Committee just last week, and I asked him that question. And he told me it's up to Google to do this voluntarily. He wants Google to show up on its own accord with the CEO. So there's a bit of politics on the Hill's part of this as well. They could subpoena for Page. They've chosen in this case not to.